So because I've never played in Tel Aviv before, or anywhere near here, it was fucking impossible to decide what to play tonight. I have a plan. Yeah, I mean, I was looking back and I was like, oh my god, there's like all the Dresden Dolls stuff, and there's my new record, and there's all the stuff in between, and there's all the cover songs, and
no costumes.
And no costume changes, giving us ample time to play music. But it was a really good exercise for me, because it made me sit down and look at all the fucking songs I'd written and think about if I'm going to play for a crowd like this. And what I always think about is, like, you're the friend who's been dragged by your girlfriend and you hate me, and by the end of the night I want you to at least think that I'm not that bad. But because I wanted to play some stuff that I don't usually play, or haven't been playing on tour at all, some of these songs I never play live, or lately, I needed to practice, but I didn't have a piano, and so I sat there today. Neil and I got this, we had a hotel room, and he had to write. It's like a cartoon. He had to write comic books. He had to write an issue of Sandman. And I had to practice for my gig, so I kicked him out of the hotel room, and he had to go to a cafe to write Sandman on his computer. And I sat there on my computer listening to old Dresden Dolls songs, going like a pretend. Have you seen The Piano with Holly Hunter, and how she made herself a fake piano out of wood? That was me. I was like, I think that's a G. It's probably a G, whatever. And I got my phone out and looked at some piano app and was like, there's only 8 keys. This is why I'm thinking about taking up the ukulele full time. Look at this giant, irritating instrument. It's so big and you can't carry it around. So I haven't played this one in a long time, but it's one of my favorite songs, and I forget about it, and then I remember about it. I wrote this song when I was 17, and I had a terrible habit at the time of eating all the skin off of my fingernails. I'm fucking 37. It's 20 years later, and I still do it. And I figured that, like, when I was 17, I was like, oh, definitely not have this habit as a grown-up. This is like a childish habit. I'm exactly the same. I bite my fingers in times of stress. I feel like an asshole. Clearly the song is still relevant at the end. And it's from the very first Dresden Dolls record.